Happy Thursday. Star Wars comes out tomorrow, so I'm very excited. I feel like a kid today. It's not many days that you get a chance to feel like this, so I'm really just soaking it up, trying to avoid the spoilers online. Probably just gonna stay offline except for putting up my videos and stuff today, and you know, getting in some reading or whatnot. But check this out. This is what we have to talk about today. When you're put in a position where you have to diet, it's really difficult for you to strategize and work, you know, and deal with your life and deal with willpower situations where you have to use willpower in a way that will, you know, help you to structure your life and not drain the willpower but get a lot done. And so, you know, things like prepping food and different things like that, you know, I've had a lot of success with them, but they're not sustainable. And I don't even want to act like they are. You know, you'll go through a period of time where you feel like prepping food and you're like, oh, this is great. And then there'll be times where you're like, man, I'm done prepping food. You know, I just don't feel like it. And there'll be days and days and days where you just don't feel like prepping food. That's when I believe that you know, this is where I believe that things like intermittent fasting or, you know, forgetting about breakfast and just, you know, starting your feeding window at like noon to 2 and then eating in the evening works great, because there's all that time, you know, maybe you can go out and get a lunch and, you know, go somewhere where you can count your calories. So, you know, yeah, you know, you're paying a little bit more money, but you can pick a healthy option, and you can also save yourself a lot of time, which time equals money. And then, you know, also, you know, you're paying for those willpower reserves, see, because you didn't have to get on your feet and compile all these different things and make this meal. So, you know, that's just an idea. You know, intermittent fasting, starting to eat at noon, probably till 8, you know, so you don't go to bed hungry. You know, yeah, if you wake up early like myself, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, you have to endure a lot of hours of not eating, but you know, you get used to it. It's not very difficult once you know, really go after these things and, you know, get a habit down. That's the thing. People have very, you know, bad habits, you know, and so once you get these habits down of how to balance everything, it becomes much, much easier. You know, and, you know, you find little things like, you know, you could drink coffee, that blunts your appetite. You can drink tonic water, you know, sparkling water. That kind of, that makes your body, kind of tricks your body into thinking that you're full. You know, you can do little things like that to buy yourself a half an hour or an hour. But, you know, getting in that fasting window is important. I'm not going to lie about that, because you burn a lot of fat while fasting. So I really stress to people that they need to have a fasting window a day. I like at least 12 hours, pushing it to 14 or 16 is even better. But, you know, on a regular, I do 14 hours every day. So, you know, be committed to a fasting window. Consider intermittent fasting from 12 till 8 or 9 p.m. You know, have your last meal, you know, if you're going to bed at 11, have your last meal at 9. If you're going to bed at 10, have your last meal at 8. You know, but focus on, you know, pushing that meal back and, you know, and learning how to deal with the morning little, you know, hunger pains and different things like that. Once you get past that point and you start seeing some results, your tune on the whole deal will change immensely. You know, that's usually what it is. People just need to see those results. Once you see that first 10 pounds come off and these methods are working, then, you know, something like a persuasive message like this, or somewhat persuasive message like this, I'm just sharing to you what works for me. See, because this is the thing, and I'm not going to hold you that much longer. I fasted. I did the fast. I did this back in 2012 to 2013, and I did it for a long time. But it was miserable. I mean, I didn't think it was miserable at the time because I was so set on my goal. But the thing that I didn't like about it was I ate from 9 a.m. and I had a structured diet. I was prepping my food and everything. I ate from 9 a.m. to 5. But the thing about it was is that I could never go out to like events and eat because my feeding window was outside of like the normal, you know, like family dinners, holiday, you know, dining times. So I would be there not eating, or if I did, I'd feel all guilty. So that window did not work for me. And also the manner in which I was dieting, you know, I just wasn't taking enough carbs. And it's like I've said on the other videos, you have to eat carbs. You just have to find out, you know, I don't think Endomorph should go over 25% a day. I know it's horrible. I know it's terrible. I know that it, you know, that it sucks. The only thing that I could say is if you're going to have like a refeed day as far as carbohydrates are concerned, that you should fast all day, and that you should have like, you know, whatever your 2,000 calories, or, you know, if you're a woman, it's probably, you know, if you're not a lifter and you're a woman, it's probably like 1,200 or whatever. But if you're a dude, like 2,000 calories, or if you're gonna go over a little bit, 2,500 calories, but have all that stuff in like a very short, you know, save all your calories and have that stuff when you're gonna have it. So you gotta fast all day. And then the next day, you just run your day like usual, but I would probably get up and probably try and go for like a couple hour walk or something like that in the morning, or do like a nice hike to, you know, use up some of those energy reserves, because you're gonna have pour over from the day before. So it's so much, you know. I've been doing this since, I've been doing the dieting thing, man, since the 3rd grade. No joke. I will share stories, you know, on coming videos once I kind of brainstorm and think about stuff from when I was a kid that, you know, I can, you know, put into, you know, words. But yeah, it was, you know, and I didn't know anything about like nutrition and all that stuff when I was a kid. I was just eating what my parents gave me. I didn't know like what the foods were that were making me, you know, gain weight or anything like that. You know, it's yeah. I mean, I kind of had an idea about the calories, but it's like, I mean, I had so much going on when I was a kid. I didn't have time to worry about that stuff. It was just like, yeah. So check out the intermittent fasting. I would give it a try. I've had a lot of success with it. You can have great meals. You can enjoy the meals. You can have big ones and still be underneath your calories. You do have to get used to that, you know, those hunger pains the other day. But I mean, man, you know, this is the thing for me. It's so worth it to have, you know, the meal that you want to have, and know that at least, you know, yeah, you're gonna have some pour over and some energy pour over the next day, and yeah, you may get a little bit bloated because the things that you'll be eating won't be a part of that daily, you know, intake that you're having. But the thing about it is, you will know in your heart of hearts, you will know that you're not going over your calorie intake, which means you're probably gonna wake up and you may be a little bloated, but you're probably not gonna be heavier that next day unless you just drank a whole lot of fluids that day before. And the trick about avoiding bloat, and if you're gonna have a lot of sugar, is you have some potassium before and after that. You have bananas. That will deal with a lot of your water retention issues. Potassium. So, you know, that's a little trick as well. Yeah, so that's all I want to go over today. I know it's a lot. You know, as I said, the videos are going to be in a manner like this until I reach my year mark of doing these every day. So after that point, I'll probably script and everything like that, unless I just want to keep the flow going the way that it is. I don't know. I'll deal with it when I get there. I'm, you know, some time away, quite a bit of time away. Happy Thursday.